Oh my goodness. Manifesting a mod to show up right away. And I'm back for a brief moment. I'm here to share the 5 retrogrades for each sign. And we're going to start with Scorpio. It's still your season. Happy birthday, Scorpio. Scorpio, what does each planet want to tell you? There's 5 planets retrograde. There's a really good explanation in my description box if you want to check that out. Scorpio, this is the 5 planets retrograde until November 29th. Energies that are meant to be shared with the sign of Scorpio. What each planet has to contribute to this. Don't take this as a time of, difficulty. Take it as a time of review. Okay, here we go. Saint Michael, please protect Scorpio. Virgin Mother, please intercede on Scorpio's behalf. Love, blessing, and abundance abounds. These are the 5 retrogrades, what the messages are for Scorpio. In Saturn retrograde, we have the Page of Pentacles, kind of future-facing. In Mercury retrograde, we have the 6 of Pentacles. In Neptune retrograde, until December 10th, we have the 10 of Cups. In Uranus retrograde until February 4th, we have the 7 of Cups reversed. And in Jupiter retrograde until March 11th, we have the 4 of Wands reversed. Okay, so Scorpio. Let's start with Saturn retrograde here. This is until November 28th. Saturn retrograde business that you're ready to you will be ready to do like a grand opening or a big ribbon cutting ceremony of something that's in the works. Saturn retrograde is telling you to take your time and kind of churn some energy like a water mill. Try to get that energy kind of like harnessed, because you're gonna release it a little bit at a time, and it is in the future. So you have a plan here to share something. This might be really exciting about a gift that you might be buying for your kid or for your kids or your family, or for the holidays that you might be really excited to share this gift. You also might be, for the new year, like opening a new business or offering something new if you already have a business. For the new year too, this might be like the end of year shine to kind of like really come through with a powerful ending of the year. And oh man, Siva's here. Hi buddy. Thank you. I manifested a mod. Thanks so much, friend. We're on Scorpio. So yeah, this is like if you're in a corporate situation, this is like you might be a little different, little unique with your style, but you're trying to gather good energy for the year end so that you get a good review here. That's a really good energy. It's like, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Now, I don't think that that's what you're really feeling, or anyone is really feeling. I think that you are trying to offer something to the company rather than the company offering it to you. That is a very good proposition to get your way in how you want things to go. Very good manifesting energy there. In Mercury retrograde for you, Scorpio, I show that you'll need to go over your books. You'll need to go over your finances and kind of figure out, are you going to do donations? How are you going to end the year so that you get tax write-offs? How are you going to go forward with your mission? Some of you might be in a big city, and that you really want the city. Maybe you do work for the homeless. Like maybe you're trying to find stable patterns for people that don't have stability. Maybe you're trying to give a little bit of food, blessings, share the wealth. You're trying to spread wealth here. And in Mercury retrograde, you might want to go over how generous you're being and make sure that you get some too from that. Okay? I see, and I don't see much more than that for you with Mercury retrograde. I see a Neptune retrograde here until December 10th, you have community on your mind, which Neptune retrograde can, I want to warn you about something. Neptune retrograde can create fantasies that aren't true. Like it can, I'm getting the song, if I ruled the world, something like that. Like, this is a control fantasy of yours, that everybody and everything get along and everything is rosy and happy and brave and good. I think that it's best intentions, yes, moving forward, but when Neptune is retrograde, it tends to, I don't want to be your wet blanket here. It tends to be a little bit high hopes, like, so yes, aim for this beautiful vision that you do have. But I think that once Neptune finally moves into Aries for the next 19 years or so, that you will be building this vision. You might need to repair some of the vision of community and review what you think community is and should be. Okay? You might want kids too. I don't know, some of you might be reviewing, like, do I want kids? Or maybe you've been wanting kids for the longest time, and like that might be the dream that's like kind of out of range. Some of you are really interested in water, where water comes from. Maybe you and the community are trying to stop data centers from being built, slow it down at least. But yeah, that's an interesting energy. It's just kind of over the moon, kind of like really, really, really far away from reality. But it's good. I mean, your visions aren't without merit. So I'm happy to see what happens with that. Uranus is retrograde until February 4th. And for Uranus energy here, the Seven of Cups reverse. See, by the time it gets to you, the things that you manifested, your former wins are no longer, you're no longer interested in them. You also might have some home repairs or some kind of leak or something, leaky faucet, something like that. I show those things are being sent by Uranus to kind of adjust your mindset toward anything is possible and to keep you on track toward what you do desire and do want. Your authentic manifestations are wonderful. However, how realistic are they? And Uranus is just kind of like trying to help you stay realistic, yet continue on your authentic path. And anybody who's been inauthentic to you, anyone who has ghosted you, has cheated you for money, or has gossiped about you, or has competed with you, those things will come back to them. Like, trust Uranus is on it, okay? And get along with Aquarian energy there. Okay, and then for Jupiter's retrograde, that ends March 11th. Jupiter's retrograde is very difficult to understand because it's such a positive planet that even the retrograde is positive. So if you're thinking about buying a new house, if you're thinking about adding on a third floor, if you're thinking about some kind of huge event or some kind of big deal, it could be the space that you keep your business. It could be a warehouse of your old stuff. Maybe you're waiting on, maybe you're putting stuff in storage and then you're going to be waiting on what to do with that. But if you're thinking about it, Jupiter retrograde might be like, maybe not this year. If you, let's say you always get a real tree for Christmas, right? If you I do not want AI added to my YouTube. Oh my gosh. No thanks. Thanks so much, Siva. If you have any kind of big plans, or you usually do very big grandeur holiday decorating, they don't want you to buy new plastic. They don't want you to waste resources. They want you to kind of like maybe thrift, upsell, or upcycle and keep what you have. Kind of put it on hold for a minute. Maybe you might even be a little bit, I don't know, the opposite. You might be a little discouraged and be like, wow, I'm just going to keep the Christmas stuff in storage this year. I'm not even going to bother. Because what's the point? Then I have to take it all down. Okay. That's fair. That's what I have for you, Scorpio. I hope this helps, and I hope I see you in the next video. Please like, share, subscribe, tarotdemore.com if you want a private reading. I am booking up for New Year's, so if you want a 12-month reading, contact me. I will be doing some on YouTube, but every year I say that, and every year I don't finish. Oh, Yellow Rose, hello. Thanks for dropping in here. We're doing 5 planet retrogrades for each sign. We're going to move to Sagittarius now at 11:50. Okay, these aren't too long. Hello, pen. Can you work for me? Thank you. Okay, Sagittarius. This is your 5 planet retrograde energies, what each planet is trying to share with your energy. This energy of 5 planets being retrograde will be poignant until November 29th. So we have Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, Uranus, and Jupiter. And we're going to start with Saturn because that is the first planet that goes direct on November 28th. So Saturn will be the first. Mercury retrograde ends on November 29th. Neptune retrograde ends on December 10th. Uranus retrograde ends on February 4th. And Jupiter retrograde ends on March 11th. I have a great description up in my description box if you want to read while you're watching. Okay, this is for Sagittarius. Saint Michael, please protect Sagittarius. Virgin Mother, please intercede on Sagittarius' behalf. Love, blessing, and abundance abounds. You can tip me at Creativo d'Amore. It's up or down. Description box is down on this one. IG, it's up. YouTube is down. My Venmo is in the description box as well. Okay, here we go. Sagittarius. Saturn energy. We have the 7 of Pentacles reversed. Mercury retrograde energy, we have the Empress sort of facing the past. I would say the 7 of Pentacles also facing the past there as well. Neptune energy, we have the 5 of Pentacles reversed. Uranus energy, we have the Fool reversed. And then Jupiter energy, we have the Sun reversed. Okay. So, yeah, this is a delay. These are all delays in how you wish it would go, how you want it to go, okay? Don't think that your magic is lost this season until the 29th. Do not think. And I show it continuing for you because Jupiter's your planet and it's retrograde until March 11th. So what I showed here, we'll get there, okay? Saturn, and please, Spirit, let me hang on to that message. Okay. Saturn, for you, retrograde for you, who's the Sagittarius? Okay. Saturn is retrograde for you, Sagittarius, in a position that has you kind of like, okay, all that hard work you did, hold on to your hats. Just keep your savings, keep your holdings where they are. Some of you might be like biting your fingernails, looking at your investments and being like, oh, hold your path, and stay long term. Don't touch it, they said. Do it. Oh, maybe that's not it. But maybe it is. They said do what you did in the past. Whatever you did in the past that worked for you, the last time you felt this way, do that again. Okay, so it might be that you did switch your funds into, more conservative bonds or whatever. But saving your money has never been easier for you. And they want you to continue to go back to the way that you used to be doing it. I don't know what the guides and the spirit team are trying to rewind your energy into a place where you can buy something, utilize something. Okay? Something big. Right now, you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, Grace. I rent. I don't care about buying a house or a corporate, whatever. I don't care about, I don't care about commercial real estate. I have nothing to do with this. But I'm telling you that you have tenure wherever you are. And to save it now, you are implementing a future manifestation. I have a feeling it's a home, but not sure. A new home, or maybe a place of your own, an office, something like that. Okay, moving on. Mercury retrograde. It is memories of your mother. Memories of your mother. For you, Sagittarius, memories of your mother. Those times when you made sure that your mother was comfortable. When you need that, if you are a mother, these are memories of watching the kids, or maybe they made you breakfast, for Mother's Day, or just because. But this is about good memories, if you have them, with your kids or of your own mother, maybe your grandmother. Somebody here used to play or has a good video of kids, grandkids on grandma's lap. This is a very spiritual energy, so Mercury retrograde might be a little bit trippy for you. You might be getting visited by either past lives or ancestors, feminine ancestors, kind of teaming up, trying to give you a broader view of individuals versus the whole and how to navigate that. You might also have a thing with poppies or ladybugs. Okay. Neptune retrograde for you. Okay. Neptune retrograde, see, it's a little bit, it's like a trickster. It like pulls this rug from under you that you think it's okay because money will solve all my problems. Whatever problem I have, money can solve it. And Neptune retrograde, not money even, they're saying, is a very, this is hard to explain without sounding judgmental or mean. There's a very like, I can do it all no matter what. I'm always going to be this way and this and that. And it's like Neptune retrograde is kind of like giving you this false sense of I can do it, or big me energy. Like, I think it's going to just be ready, because what if your health turns, or you end up needing others, This is something that you might have a false manifestation going, because Neptune retrograde is very tricky. You might have this like ever expansive idea that you think you'll be able to handle, But then we have Uranus retrograde also coming in. And Uranus retrograde is like going to show you, Saggy, what... This is like, I'm super concentrating right now. Uranus retrograde is going to show you, Sagittarius, what you should not even try. Like what you should not move towards. What you should not... Don't get a dog. Don't try new things like right now. Not new things. Don't try to implement such huge life changes right now, because Neptune and Uranus, I think, are doing something to you in conjunction with each other. I'm not sure where they are in your chart, but it feels like Uranus is trying to show you what the fuck to stay away from. And it will show you hard. Like, this will be a clear signal. If there's something that is like taken away, or something that is just like, do not suffer fools with this one. Okay? Like, don't go any closer. Because Uranus is trying to keep you on a authentic pathway, along with Neptune as well. Neptune is trying to keep you humble. Uranus is trying to keep you authentic. And then we have Jupiter, your planet. Jupiter's got some big stuff in store for you. You might not feel very happy. You might get some winter blues. You might need to struggle with something. You might have to overcome something. But that positivity and ray of sunshine inside of you is not going to be dimmed. You're going to shine. It's going to make you go within your own energy to keep yourself aligned to your happiness. And this happiness for you, Sag, you're pretty accustomed to, I manifest it, 2 weeks later it's here. Then we do the next full moon. You know, it's like, you're pretty accustomed to this like flow. And you might be like really frustrated by, what, have I lost my touch? Don't get down on yourself for not being able to bring it right away. What's happening here is a slow burn, and it is a big reward, okay? And 22 kind of like went by when I said that. I'm gonna have 3 people in the chat, 3 likes, so I have 33 going on up there. This is about big happiness, big pie in the sky possibilities. So it feels like for you, Sag, this energy is trying to gear you up towards something even bigger than what you thought. Something even bigger than how you imagined it. You might be going from a self journey to a us journey. Okay. Let's see. Who's next? Capricorn. 2313. Okay, Cappy. Hi, Capricorn. We're doing the retrogrades, 5 retrogrades until November 29th for each sign, and what it means for your sign. I don't know why I said That's it. So, Capricorn. I hope you are well. We're going to start with your planet, Saturn retrograde, and then we're going to do Mercury, Neptune, Uranus, and Jupiter. Saturn is retrograde until November 28th. This is for the sign of Capricorn. St. Michael, please protect Capricorn, Virgin Mother. Please intercede on Capricorn's behalf. Love, blessing, and abundance abounds. Here we go. This is Saturn retrograde. I don't even know how to handle that one. Mercury retrograde. Hermit reverse. That's the Knight of Cups upright. Hermit, not reverse, but past facing. Neptune retrograde is the 9 of Cups reversed. Uranus retrograde is the 2 of Wands reversed, and Jupiter retrograde is the Page of Cups upright. Okay, so it's interesting, like, how there's something here, like, I'm getting, this used to be my playground. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I love you. Come here. What are you doing? Ma'am. One moment. I'm going to bring a special guest. Ma'am, what are you doing? You are troubles. Okay, she ran away. She just wanted to play in the mixing bowls, you know? No problem. Little cutie. She is troubled, but she's a cute girl and she's very sweet. I'm fostering right now 2 little kitties. Rose probably won't come out. She's shy, but she's wonderful. And Nyla is so cute. She might come over here so we can say hi to Nyla if she comes over. Anyways, all right, so back to you, Capricorn. Capricorn, in Saturn, I'm actually going to put down a different timestamp, 2611. That was way long. Okay. In Saturn retrograde, we have the Knight of Cups for you. So, what I see for this, this is a mixed message. Saturn retrograde has been trying to give you, Capricorn, like a break. If you've been hardworking and you've been so good and well behaved and you've been just work, family, take care of the others, take care of the children, fold all the clothes. They've been like, what about your heart? Like, Saturn has been like, you have a heart in there. And I say this to you all the time. If you ever watch my show, if you ever watch my videos, I say this all the time to Capricorn. I say it all the time to them. I'm like, what about your heart? Okay? Your heart, I have a feeling that Mercury retrograde is really putting you in a headspace, Capricorn. Mercury retrograde is like making you feel like really, really romantic and sweet. But the Hermit's coming in, you're like, no, I must always suppress that. No, I must stay on the Zen journey. I must be at the mountaintop in the cold by myself, learning how to breathe and be self-sufficient. Okay, very, very taskmaster type of energy. However, I feel this Hermit it's good, but it's cold. It's not broody or angry. You're not licking wounds. But you're cold, and it might feel a little bit lonesome. Okay. I show that Neptune retrograde is what your false dream or reality. Your false reality is this: I can't have what I want. Life never grants me what I want. Quite the opposite. What you might find after December 10th is that life starts granting you exactly what you want and wish for. Maybe some of you are in like, I don't even know what to ask for because I don't want anything. And that can be really, over time, like detrimental on your will to live. So ask for stuff. Feed your ego a little bit, because an ego death helps you stay alive. And next time you learn again. And you just take it as a lesson learned. Instead of not asking ever for anything, that can deplete you and also become a control tactic. That's for my overgivers, okay? I sense somebody like taking all their heart energy and just kind of freely spreading it without asking for anything in return. And I'm saying like, yes, that is love and that is compassion. There's got to be a baseline reciprocation. Energy works both ways, you know. and your body needs to be satiated. And Uranus retrograde is going to bring you something, Capricorn, that you're not going to believe. It's going to deliver. So there might be a delivery of a baby. There might be a delivery of a pizza or flowers or something to surprise you. You might get a sum of money dropped in your lap. It could be while you're watching TV. Could be while you're doing nothing, you know? So Uranus is going to be here with a surprise for you. You won't have to wait for it. It's going to be telling you, like, okay, you're not going to ask for nothing? I'll give you something, and then it'll make you want more. And universe is, like, on your team here. You may feel, though, that nothing good ever happens to you, or life is just this never-ending tragedy. Or that the yoke is on your shoulders all the time. It's like you're the only hardworking one. And that's just not true. Jupiter retrograde is trying to have you go inward to discover how wonderful you are, to thank yourself, to heal yourself, to forgive yourself, to apologize to yourself, to take care of yourself, and give yourself that massage. Get that massage booked, the facial, the haircut, the toenails, whatever you like to do to take care of yourself is trying to reward you for that. So Jupiter is like, get primped, get proper, because you're about to go off into the world and help others do this. This is how you help others, is by taking care of yourself. So something about your journey there has been thrown off, but you're a beautiful person, and it's really easy to think I'm a good person and they're not a good person because they don't sacrifice like I sacrifice. But sacrifice is for a reason. You have to sacrifice to get something while you're in a body. You're given a body. You need to receive in that body. I don't know if that makes sense. It sure makes sense to me. Anyways, all right, that was for you, Capricorn. This is for Aquarius at 32:32. I waited until it hit 32. All right, Aquarius. This is your 5 retrograde planet energy for the sign of Aquarius. 5 retrograde planets energy for the sign of Aquarius. 5 retrograde planets energy for sign of Aquarius. 5 retrograde planet energy for the sign of Aquarius. This is until November 29th. There's a wonderful description of these planet retrograde energies in my description box. And if you'd like to book a private reading, I'm at tarotdamore.com. Go ahead and sign up there. And let's get started. This is for Aquarius. St. Michael, please protect Aquarius. Virgin Mother, please intercede on Aquarius's behalf. Love, blessing, and abundance abounds. Here we go. This is your Saturn retrograde. This is your Mercury retrograde. This is your Neptune retrograde. This is your Uranus retrograde energy and Jupiter retrograde. Okay. Saturn retrograde. Slowly, day by day, task by task, get your task list checked off overall. Saturn retrograde is showing you a past self that you used to be in business or at work. You may have been super employed at some point. You may have been the head of the show or in charge or a manager formerly. I do think that you were very abundant, and like Saturn retrograde is trying to get you to look back at those times in your life when you were the boss, when you were in charge, when you had control, dominion, sovereignty. You made the rules, you followed the rules, you had the people, and you earned your status, you earned your title. Okay? So they're trying to get you to look back at that person and carry that energy forward with you going forward, regardless of who you are now. But that time that you felt this way is what they're trying to get you to look at. And this is until November 28th. So give yourself some credit. Review how you would have handled this in the past. that during, like, if you were at your best self, how would you have handled it? If you had all the resources you ever needed, what would you do different? Okay. Ace of Pentacles reversed in Mercury retrograde. This is tough. You might be really beating yourself up right now. Until the 29th of November. You might be really beating yourself up right now. Like, that should have come through. Why didn't it get there? Why didn't it get paid? Why didn't they pay me? Like, it's like, I swear I did, you know, like, I called them, they didn't call me back. It's like this, like, missing energy of not receiving what you put out when you're used to it flowing that way. But this is what you can blame Mercury retrograde for, okay, Aquarius? Like, Mercury retrograde is holding back these new offers because there's some kind of old energy here that you can play off of and utilize and develop. You don't need new offers right now. You have to work with what you have already done and develop and progress it and polish it and make it what you want it to be. The new offers will come, but Mercury's like, you're not ready. Like, your mindset's not ready yet. Let me just help you tweak your mindset. Instead of shaking your fist at the sky and being like, why me? Why does it never happen for me? Work with what you have, because you've already got a lot here, especially because Saturn retrograde is showing you that. You've already done so much. Stop doing. Stop doing. Just be and let it come to you. And then the offers will roll in after that. You know, like what you're working on right now, you're so fixated on it going a certain way or being successful now or everybody pouring in right now. No, that's not what you need. What you need is that boss energy from the past. Okay? You might even have a sponsorship that you might want to like look towards or do a contract with. Someone from the past. Neptune retrograde ends December 10th. Neptune at retrograde is the fact that you think that in order to achieve your dreams, you have to work tirelessly. And they're telling you to take a frickin' break. Like, they're telling you to, that energy of productivity and tireless effort is burning you the fuck out. But they will allow you to continue to think this way until December 10th. So you are working on undoing that energy, but burnout ain't it. And restlessness isn't helping. You're saying, no, but Grace, I'm praying, I'm meditating, it's busy. It's like the busy signal. You're still trying to make the call. The busy signal's on. You have to put the phone down. Stop asking. Let them send it. I don't know what this is. Neptune is a funny planet when it comes to our dreams, you know. This is like a false prophecy that you need to work tirelessly, endlessly towards your dreams. You actually can kind of, I'm not entertainment only, folks. I'm telling you to kind of coast and have a good time here. You built up a lot of stuff here. So just let it unwind and massage it out and just ease up. Ease up. Uranus, February 4th. Uranus, that's when it goes direct. Uranus retrograde is telling you, prepare for a fight. Prepare to fight for what you want. You might have to go collect an insurance claim. You might have to go, get some royalties or some kind of finishing of a contract or some kind of, they said misappropriation of funds. So if you've ever seen someone acting out in a way that's illegal, going to the right authorities to bust them. You might need to defend the rights of others. You might need to suddenly, defend yourself in some way, be it through insurance, be it through working out or self-defense, be it through your words, paperwork, but defending yourself is on tap. Defend what you already have, okay? Do not let them take what you have, because you offering it to all these new people, it kind of neglects what you already built. All right, and then Jupiter retrograde energy until March 11th with the 10 of Cups is in the future facing, is saying, Aquarius, you are going to have your day, your community is building, you are growing something real here. You will have your family, you will have your friends, you will have your community space, okay? You will have it the way you want it. Keep your vision happy. Keep it light. Keep it free. Share, you know? Try not to get on that mouse wheel, you know? It doesn't get you anywhere. They're trying to get you to stop thrashing. I know it feels like a kid who's had night terrors. How do you wake them up from that? You know? Restlessness is never easy. Some of you might have issues with sleep or nightmares. It might be PTSD or complex PTSD here. But I show that your vision for a beautiful future where you have a happy family, an abundant lifestyle, and a creative lifestyle, even a person coming in to create this with you is coming, okay? And when the tarot lady says that, mark her words, because that's Jupiter. That sumbitch is going to help you March 11th after that, okay? It's not on that day. It's after that day that you will notice the energy of family, friends, community, happiness finally coming to fruition. This is what you've been trying to go for this whole time. I'm running out of voice. Running out of voice. Running out of faith. Okay. Let's do Pisces. 4231 Pisces. We are on Pisces. Thank you so much, Silva. We are on Pisces. Okay. These are the retrograde energies for the sign of Pisces. These are the retrograde energies for the sign of Pisces. Retrograde energies for the sign of Pisces. Here we go. Saint Michael, please protect Pisces. Virgin Mother, please intercede on Pisces' behalf. Love, blessing, and abundance abounds. If you'd like a personal reading, I'm at tarotdamore.com. You can look at the description box for more description of the retrograde energies. And if you want to tip me at Creativo D'Amore, my Venmo is also in the description box below. I hope you're having a great day, Pisces. Let's go. This is for your Saturn retrograde. Ooh. Mercury retrograde. Oh. Neptune retrograde. Oh. Uranus retrograde. Yee. And Neptune retrograde. Jupiter retrograde. Excuse me. Neptune was here. Jupiter retrograde. Gotcha. Whoo-wee. Okay. Well, remember Pisces, how I'm always trying to hype you and help you build your confidence and, you know, treat you to kind of like I'm trying to treat you to like a indulgent reading. This is that, but it's not as indulgent. It's not as sweet sounding, or I don't know how to explain this one. These are tricky because retrogrades, sometimes they feel like double negatives. Sometimes they feel like pauses. It's kind of like, retrograde is kind of like, to me, like reading reversals. It's like how much blockage is there. This one feels in some cases, like a lot of blockages there. But I'm going to go with it. Saturn retrograde is giving you the Tower. Okay, no matter what happens at work or in your health or with your stability, Saturn retrograde is going to shake your foundation, no matter what. This is coming in Scorpio season, so it'll be sooner than November 21st. And it's gonna kind of, you're gonna be like, God damn it, again? Like it's gonna be like, I can't win for losing. It's like, no matter how hard I work, blah, blah, blah. That's not the attitude. The attitude is, we're taking this obstruction out of your way. This is an obstruction to your work life. We're going to take it out of your way. This doesn't include you, Pisces. Okay? So whatever it is, try not to see it as getting fucked over. Like, try to see it as, that's just an obstruction that was removed. Now I can see the stage. If you were at a concert and you had bought an obstructed view ticket, maybe you get moved to a different seat, you know, and now your obstruction is removed. So it could be a positive Tower. I would suspect it's a negative Tower, because Saturn, he's kind of rude sometimes, you know. Not trying to piss him off, but you might also be protesting. This is a change in the monarchy. This is forgiveness for all and a sense of reliability for some. Okay, someone's talking to me. All right, so in Mercury retrograde energy, man, it's just like, okay, sure, you know, like whatever energy. It's like, ugh, whatever. That's what I'm getting, is like, just let it go. And that's what I mean, you're really good at that. You're like, whatever. Computer breaks down, whatever. Ooh, that Robin is coming at me. That was cool. Could be gossip coming at you. Could be, not gossip, but like your birds telling you, hey, they're planning on firing you. Or like, hey, you know, like, yeah, whatever. You know, hey, this, that, the other. Hey, did you hear what Jack said? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Okay? Do not get paranoid. That's what they're... See, remember, go back to the beginning of this. Remember when I said this is a test of your confidence? How I'm always saying a Pisces with confidence is the Pisces that we love to see. Okay? This is a test. All right. Don't let it bother you. You hear something get back to you, you hear little birds, just keep moving. Neptune retrograde, 8 of Wands, facing the future. A change is coming, change in communication style, marketing. You might be having this big grandeur idea of how you're going to drop this new website. I don't know if that's true. This is your planet. Your dreams can be a little bit far-fetched. And that's not to say bad things about you as a person. That's just your energy as Neptune, your ruler. When Neptune goes direct, it's going to be in Aries, and it's going to be a brand new start, and it's going to be very different. I always think the shift from Pisces to Aries is one of the most difficult shifts in the year. It's also a very difficult birthday to have. Being the old man and the newborn of the zodiac, it's full circle kind of energy here. But maybe that's what they're trying to get you to see the big picture of. Things coming back to you full circle and the faith required in yourself to know that. I think that you're starting to know that because Uranus is here to protect you, Pisces. Uranus is protecting your energy, Pisces. Uranus is going to bring you a big fucking promotion, a big change, a big daddy, a big boss energy. Somebody to take care of you, even. It's a change. Take it with a grain of salt, they say. Not this time. Eat the salt. It protects you from the inside out. Some of you might be needing low sodium diets or higher potassium levels, but I show that some of you might need to get rid of milk or make your own like nut milk. Some of you might be turning what you do every day into a business. I do show Uranus taking good care of you. Uranus is going to bring a change. Saturn is like, you didn't do what I said. And then Uranus is like, well, that's cool. You're a good person. Come on, get up. Let's go. Uranus is on your team here. And Jupiter, the Queen of Swords is reversed until March 11th, till your season. And the Queen of Swords reversed is someone who is uninformed, talks shit, underdeveloped, bitchy, doesn't know what they're talking about, gossipy, chaotic. Jupiter retrograde is trying to get you to look at these moments and develop this Queen of Swords because she's going to need to sharpen that steel. And you're going to need her in your season. And you'll get there. These retrogrades are giving you these changes to get you somewhere else. I think if you develop your Queen of Swords, do that paperwork, know what you're, come prepared, you know, and have the whole essay on why and all that stuff. It's teaching you that vitriol, gossip, and hatred do not suit you at all. You may have taken participation in some groups that are hateful. You may have talked shit. But Jupiter's here to show you, hey, you actually know what you're talking about. Pretty soon, you'll be presenting yourself in a way as a writer, an editor, a listener, a therapist, somebody who is published, somebody who is dominating their field. But for right now, they're giving you some strokes of luck, some strokes of punishment, I'll be honest, some like beautiful ego rebalancing where you're like, whatever, this happens to me, it's fine. And then some redirection in how you communicate. This is all about how you communicate, Pisces. This is what I got for you. Okay, that could have gone on forever, I feel like. Okay, Aries. Oh, where's Siva? Siva, where are you? Ooh, he's behind. We're on Aries. We're on Aries. We're on Aries. We're on Aries at 52, 54, 54. Okay. This is for the sign of Aries, the 5 retrograde planets until November 29th for the sign of Aries. For the sign of Aries. 5 retrograde energies. Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, Uranus, Jupiter, retrograde energies for the sign of Aries. These are the messages that you need. There's a description of the retrogrades in my description box below. There's also the opportunity to book a reading with me, tarotdamore.com. There's also my Venmo, Creativo d'Amore. Big prayers and shout out to one of my dearest Aries friends, Jessica. We are praying for you. Please continue to heal. And I pray the most that she becomes her former personality. Thank you for letting me do that. Thank you for praying with me. She was hit by a car on her motorcycle and she was very injured by it, and I don't know how she's doing or what her memories are, or I know that she's, you know, it's gonna take a while. That's what I do know. But yeah, she's had some brain injury and really scary. So please pray for Jessica. And if you want to donate to that and you see this, let me know. Inbox me or leave a comment and I'll find you. Okay? Saint Michael, please protect Aries. Virgin Mother, please intercede on Aries' behalf. Love, blessing, and abundance abounds. I don't know if I already did that, but I'm going to do it again. All right. This is Saturn retrograde. This is Mercury retrograde. This is Neptune retrograde. This is Uranus retrograde. And this is Jupiter retrograde. Okay. Okay, Aries. There's a energy here that Saturn retrograde is telling you, especially when it comes to stability, your home life, your work life, the things that keep you able, your abilities. There's something happening here that Saturn is telling you you didn't listen to your gut, and look what happens. When you don't listen to your gut, when you don't listen to your instincts, when you don't listen to yourself, look what happens. It's kind of a punishing energy. Because they give you all this instinct and all these genetics and all this ability, and then you don't listen to it. That's what Saturn has, a harsh lesson there. So maybe work life might not see anything now, but the decisions you're making in this retrograde energy might be kind of screwing you over in the future. I heard it is a redirection in the way you handle your peace. Whoever's talking to me today, thank you so much. I have a guide that is speaking very clearly today. They used to this guide used to hit too hard or is a little bit physically abrasive. I'm not sure who this is. Could be Kathy. Anyways, all right. Moving into Mercury retrograde, you have the Death card, kind of a little bit future facing. Like you're waiting for things to change here, Aries. Your mindset is towards changing your mind. Your mindset is adapting. Your mindset is like new beginning, new beginning, new beginning. Let's go, let's go. That's your wheelhouse. So Mercury retrograde is doing you a favor. That new beginning energy that you're so good at, it might not be what you want to be doing, but it is what you're good at. And it is trotting along. No matter And I show you on the horse. Like this time, you're the death guy on the horse, okay? So you're the guy changing things. But what I would say is that there's going to be people, causes begging you, please don't take her. She's too young. She's too young. Okay, listen. What we are meant for is what we are meant for. We decide. We decide if we come to Earth or if we leave Earth. We decide. Okay? And you cannot negotiate with death. Death is going to come for you either way, right? So, what you can do is change form. Okay? So some of us can kind of, this is very spiritual. Mercury can kind of play magic, right? Mercury is the magician, it's the thought, word, deed. Okay, so the thought makes the word, makes the deed, not the other way around. Okay, you have that in you right now, and Mercury retrograde is reminding you, no matter how hard this is, it's time for that new energy, new mindset. I don't think I need to keep going. I think that most of you are like, got it, know what to do, keep it moving, Tarot Demore. Like, you already know how to do this. This is what you're good at. I just really got a craving for chicken wings. I don't know who's eating that, or anyways. All right, Neptune retrograde. Some of you might have a rash or something on your skin that's new, that you're like, aging sucks. I don't know what this is. But you're going to find the balm, the healing, like natural thing. Ooh, what is this? Neptune retrograde is, okay, so it's just like double negative, triple negative. So the double negative, Neptune retrograde is already a double negative to me. It feels like this is what we tell ourselves that sounds really nice and seems like the dream come true or whatever we're dreaming about, but it's really like delusion. And so your delusion is that you can't heal this. Your delusion is that you can't get better. Your delusion is that it'll never change. You might really need to hear this right now. Because Aries, they gave you your birth chart. They gave you your sign as the only sign that might be able to power through this. This is the time to power through. If you've ever powered through anything in your life, I never recommend it, but this, my ear just started ringing on my left side. This is for the Aries that has been holding back, that has been trying to be patient, that has been trying to be kind, that has been... Power through this one. Bulldoze it, especially if it comes to your health. But if it comes to your money, if it comes to your stability, if it comes for your mindset, bulldoze the energy and power the fuck through it. You got this, okay? That's what Neptune retrograde is trying to kind of like trick you into believing. So Neptune retrograde changes on December 10th. You might feel a shift starting on December 10th towards more of like what's realistic in your dreams, in your planning, in your future building, what's more realistic for you, okay? And then for Uranus retrograde, I'm sorry, this is a bummer. Some of you might experience a sudden breakup or a fight. What is the death to romance, or a bad romance? This, I'm getting the song. You and me have a bad romance. Caught in a bad romance. I think that Uranus might be tipping something to show you your bad romance in life. Maybe you're watching, suddenly you're just watching rom-coms. I don't know. But it's just to show you bad romance. It's to show you, And it doesn't mean that you have to break up. It means that you have to see the aspects of yourself that are relying on romantic notions to get you through something. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. Does that make sense? Can you still hear me? Can I get some hearts? I see one person watching. Anyone want to throw me some hearts to see if you can still hear me? Anyone? I hope you can still hear me. Okay, anyways, I'm going to keep moving. Yeah, Uranus retrograde. And in comes Jupiter retrograde for them to come right back. Okay, so this isn't like a break up. It is energy that is shifting for you to see, well, or maybe you're in a marriage or in a relationship and you're like, yeah, that's not what I want though. And you might be taking your energy back, powering through something else, doing your own work, becoming interdependent, becoming kind of like still with a person, but independent as a person. You're not defined by being with another person, and they come back. The energy comes back to you, okay? So once Jupiter retrograde turns direct in March 11th, the energy of this person kind of being back on your team, back on your side, or it kind of balancing and stabilizing out will be more apparent towards that time. It'll become more apparent, more solid, more stable. You might even finally get that trip booked, or that vacation that the romantic getaway that you had planned. You might even get to finally do that, plan it, leave, all of that. But yeah, this is what I got for you, Aries. Good job, good job. Likes, shares, subscribes are appreciated. Yes. Okay. Taurus. Let's scan and look for 6716. Get it? 67. I'm young. I'm young again. 67 even. Okay. This is for Taurus. Taurus, this is your 5 planet retrograde energies for the sign of Taurus. 5 planets retrograde energy for the sign of Taurus. This is the sign of Taurus. Saint Michael, please protect Taurus. Virgin Mother, please intercede on Taurus's behalf. Love, blessing, and abundance abounds. Okay, here's Saturn retrograde. Ooh, you and Pisces got the same thing. Here's Mercury retrograde. Here's Neptune retrograde. Knight of Wands reverse. Here's Uranus retrograde. Ten of Swords reverse. And then here's Jupiter retrograde. 3. Ooh, Jesus, Taurus. This is tough energy, lovers. On the bottom of the deck. Woo! How do I begin? What do I do with this, universe? They said look at Neptune retrograde. Aha! Okay. Okay. Uranus retrograde. One last thing. And then Jupiter retrograde, kind of saying, know your limits. Will you obey? Okay. This is tough. So it's not all bad, but you got 2 really difficult cards here coming through, and 2 very big planets, Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn and Jupiter don't tend to get along, and neither one of them are your planet. And look in your chart for what your Venus is doing. If you're a nighttime chart, if you're a daytime chart, If your planets are all on the bottom of your chart, that means that you're a nighttime chart. If they're all on the top of your chart, that means you're a daytime chart. If you have good aspects to Jupiter or Saturn, this won't affect you as much. Good aspects meaning trines, sextiles, even, what's that called? I can't think of the 150. So, I can't think of it. Anyways, I'm not gonna keep going in that direction of astrology. What I'm gonna do here is talk about this tower in Saturn retrograde energy. It kind of feels like something's being exposed about the place that you work or you at work. And it feels like the place that you work might be having a financial crisis or some kind of surprise thing. Maybe the boss embezzled money, or you didn't know about it, but you're involved in it somehow. Or they're firing you for insubordination, and it's just like, you didn't do anything wrong. There's some kind of rug pulled out from under you here in your stability, in your job, in your vicinity. But this is like a Jenga game. And if they pull the wrong brick, the whole thing's going to fall. But I show you Mercury retrograde energy in the star. I show you not speaking ill. I show you trying to heal the situation. I show you showing up for your friends. I show you not afraid to deliver the messages that we need to hear. And I show you kind of doing it with love and care and taking care of others. Maybe Mercury retrograde, it might be thinking like you're meant to do stuff for maybe like the elderly or people that can't take care of themselves, the disabled. Like you're meant to service that and help those types of people. Like you touch the world individually. You leave little marks of beauty behind you. And the vultures want what you have, but they can't get at you. So Mercury retrograde is kind of showing you your mindset where it needs to be. That you're a healer, and that healers go through a lot of crap, and that you're actually meant to spread this healing. Learn from that tower in Saturn energy, and be that good word. Have good thoughts, good words, and good actions in that order. This is a very redeeming card. And it's only Mercury, but Mercury is pretty good at getting word out, or maybe you're really good online, or you have a really big presence and that you can get it done by using your popularity or your platform. I show that Neptune retrograde is also helping you by showing you, this is like version whore complex. You're not chasing tail anymore. You're not trying to, abscond with a bunch of sex or a bunch of sex appeal, or like you're not, like maybe this virtuous you isn't real. Like that's what Neptune retrograde is trying to show you, is that like your ideas of virtue are not helping you. You actually are Venus energy. You need to be showing a little skin, or, like this is you begging to be released and using that energy to bring all the boys to the yard. Male or female, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like, attraction to using sexual attraction to push your agenda, heal people. Because, like, who better to have that power than you if you're not going to use it for evil? But right now, I feel like there's a lot of virgin or chastity belts here. You never took a vow of chastity, Taurus. All right, I'm going to Uranus. 10 swords reversed in Uranus energy. Uranus is going to not really shock you or bring you any kind of like craziness, but they are going to remind you that there's this one little fucking, you got some, you have some, you gotta let it go, man. There's some resentment. There's a resentment here that you have that you gotta let it go. And Uranus might show you a little situation where you're like receiving what you're giving. So if you've been resentful, then you might be resented by something that you really love, a child, an animal. There might be resentment towards you, and it might be teaching you about how you need to let go. You need to forgive it, and then you'll be forgiven as well. And that's not so bad. So the three in the middle, Mercury, Neptune, and Uranus, aren't so bad. Jupiter and Saturn, though, two big powerhouse energies too. Jupiter is relieving you of your duties, or at least it seems like that. Laziness and apathy are your enemies in this next 3 months. December, January, February, kind of 4 months. Okay? You are choosing to stay chained to what binds you. So maybe you're in a contract and you have to stay there, or you're in a situation where you're waiting for abundance and growth and it's become real toxic. Maybe you're going back to the things that don't serve you, the friends that don't serve you, and you're pledging allegiance to things that you don't mean. This is like swearing on the Bible, taking an oath, and then reneging on that, and like not living up to what you say. Jupiter is here to show you that sometimes bullying is best answered with bullying. It's like a really odd energy. I don't really recommend this energy. Sometimes you placate the devil by becoming like the devil for a minute, and then you go back to who you were. And I think that's what you're doing in this energy. You're kind of becoming like them, but only hopefully to move back into what you really want. Because I showed deep passion, darkness, desire. You know, this chastity belt you're wearing is like, come on, universe sees right through it. Come on, that's not what you really want. So whatever that is, Taurus, we'll see. That's what I got for you. Well. Whew, that was a lot. All right. Gemini. Damn, I'm like halfway through. I'm kidding. I'm more than halfway through. Gemini. 7901. Good. Gemini. This is for the sign of Gemini. And it is your 5 retrograded energies. What the messages are for your sign. I need a moment because this is too hot. I'm too hot. Whew. There we go. Okay. Gemini, back to you. All right. Gemini. Messages for the sign of Gemini. Retrograde messages. In my description box, you can see more information about the retrograde energies. You can also choose to book a reading with me, tarotdamore.com. You can also tip me like your friendly spiritual bartender, giving you all these wonderful messages. 20 years of experience, y'all. I recommend me. All right, let's go. This is for Gemini. Saint Michael, please protect Gemini. Virgin Mother, please intercede on Gemini's behalf. Love, blessing, and abundance abounds. Sign of Gemini. This is your Saturn retrograde, Mercury retrograde, Neptune retrograde, Uranus retrograde, Jupiter retrograde. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so all them bad habits that you've been working so hard on, relieving yourself of, all of the discipline that you've been applying is, they're just like continue. Forward progress. We're playing football. Forward progress, meaning you can't go backwards. If you keep applying yourself, you can't go backwards. Okay, those are general messages. Now, individually here, we have Saturn retrograde in the Chariot. So rewind back to Cancer season. They want you to look back on Cancer season. They want you to observe your health patterns, the dualities that you navigated, the forward movement that you made, the progression, the goals that you were setting. And before you get there, we're going to do your goal setting with Neptune and your dreams, your actual dreams. Moving forward, okay? So we all have an agenda. Your agenda was clear-cut, direct, precise, and Saturn is saying continue. Continue driving forward. Continue to stabilize and be confident in your healing energy. Okay. Mercury retrograde is trying to give you some resilience. Mercury retrograde, you might be looking back and saying, okay, I prayed for strength. Well, that's not always fun. Because if you pray for strength, then the spirits that fuck with you are gonna give you things to be strong about. Trust that you're already strong. Some of you have very curly hair, and that curl is essence, you know what I mean? I show that there's a situation where you have a friend. The friend is very resilient and strong, but you know how to handle this friend. You know how to ask them for what you need, and you know how to get it. This is a friend that typically is stubborn and does not share. They could be very like a hoarder, very much a hoarder, or they could be very miserly or tight. They might have a tight control or a tight grip on something stubbornly, and you're like, please, can I have some? And I think that they might give. That's like your Mercury retrograde energy. As a parent, as a teacher, you might be learning that infinite generosity and gentleness is what your mindset needs to move towards or needs to stay in. Okay. In Neptune retrograde, okay, so this is interesting. Neptune retrograde can be shockingly delusional with our dreams. You have because you're used to it going a certain way for you, it being the way that you want, or you getting the goals that you're aspiring to. I show that this is the Lovers and you're a Gemini, and it's like, I have to think about, this is inflammation. They said at all costs. They said there's blood on your hands, whether you know it or not. And they want you to review how you take care of yourself. Because, like, for instance, let's say you know about the genocide in Sudan. Or no, in Congo. And you know about cobalt mines, and then you go and buy a new Apple computer. There's blood on your hands. Like, this is what this means. But you do it anyways. And you do it because you got to get it done, because it's got to come. You got to have your vision. You got to take care of yourself. It's got to be this way. But you could have refurbished. You could have, done something else for yourself. Okay? I think this is about knowing how to take care of yourself without harming the planet, yourself, others. Ultimately, this is moving forward without harm. Do no harm. Some of you might be becoming like doctors, nurses, technicians of health. But whatever the plan was, you may have left yourself out of the plan. It may have been like how it's going to go for everyone else but you. And that is empty. Neptune is trying to teach you something here. This is a very difficult. They're going to unwind your dream a little bit, and they're going to show you your dream is missing something. You didn't ask for the right thing. You didn't ask for what heals truly. You said any means necessary, so it's very bloody. There's sacrifice involved here that you didn't intend, but you also knew better and did it anyways. This is very inward energy. There might be dreams trying to tell you this message. I don't think you know this message. This might be subconscious. Uranus retrograde is here to show you it's going to be in your sign for a long, long time. Uranus is going to be in your sign for a long, long time. It's not only going to show you what to be unapologetic about, it's going to show you who you should apologize to. It's about apology. Wealth hoarding, sharing, offering. I think you know that in this drive, Uranus is going to show you how you've left yourself out. Some people have blocked you or have, like, you did it my way and it made you untouchable. And some people don't like that because that means that you're alien to them. This is actually Uranus kind of maybe leaving you out or making you feel lonely or making you feel like you don't belong, to show you how to come towards something and apologize and do better and learn. A child might be showing you this, or an animal. Okay? And then Jupiter retrograde is about Queen of Coins. So Meanwhile, we have Saturn and Jupiter loving on you, and then the three middle planets kind of being like, wait, are you sure? At what cost? You're losing friends. You know, like, there's a, like, people are dying. There's a thing reminding you. And Jupiter here is to encourage you to build capital, yes. Because Jupiter wants you to trust yourself and your luck to be able to move and redistribute capital across systems, across others, as a caretaker. You might be a mother, you know, that needs to get it done for her kids. But if your books need to be steady, you got to have that stability, you got to have the bag, the coin, that focus. You are focused on those two planets very much. There are some other planets that are here to kind of like test you, mess with you, that they might feel like setbacks, but you have, of all the signs, the most positive mindset, the ability to have the most positive mindset. Geminis can get extremely God-driven, like they want to play God. So really, yes, work really hard for it. Yes, manifest what you need, but truly stay out of the playing God energy, please. It's dangerous. A lot of sociopaths are Geminis. So just stay out of that's a strong word too. Stay out of the doing it the way I want it to go, and this is what everyone else is going to do. Take care of yours, your family, your friends, your loved ones. Have good intentions. This is a power trip for some people. There are some people who also are ruled by Uranus, Neptune, and Mercury. So Aquarius, Pisces, and Gemini or Virgo that see through your intentions. It's got to be more than just a grab for power. Okay? The power has to be redistributed and enlighten everyone else. You have to use that Gemini energy to flip the results. And the reason that they might take some stuff away from you is to show you that, is to like humble you into like, you know what? This is a shared thing. Even though I did a lot of work, it's a shared result. Okay? That's what they're trying to tell you. Okay, there's like lots of warnings in that, but also a lot of like good for yous. Okay, that was a lot. Okay, thank you, Gemini. Let's do Cancer at 93.25. Yeah, that was a long one. All right. Cancer. This is your, I suddenly feel so much better. I didn't really feel very good reading that Gemini reading, and sometimes the longer I talk, the worse it gets. Okay, sorry if that offended anyone, but I think that it's really useful, and that at the end of this, mostly like by March 11th, you might be understanding what I mean. So anyways, Cancer, this is your retrograde energy reading for the sign of Cancer. Saint Michael, please protect Cancer. Virgin Mother, please intercede on Cancer's behalf. Love, blessing, and abundance abounds. Blessings. 8 of Pentacles. 5 of Cups. Sun reversed. Knight of Wands reversed. And the 2 of Swords. Cancer, I think you know just what you're doing here. Saturn is telling you no matter what they do, no matter what's being told, no matter what politics are being spread, no matter who said what about who, no matter who's in a couple, no matter who's single, no matter what's going on, to just keep working on you. Okay? Saturn is like really proud of you. You've stayed humble, you've stayed forthright, you've stayed driven. And that discipline for a Cancer is so difficult. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes you're on the darkest part of the wheel, you know, like you're in the fourth house, and that is on the bottom of the wheel. And, you know, Cancer energy is about privacy. It's about family. It's about what we do inside, what we do at home, what we do in the dark. Cancer has the most access to the other, along with Leo, arguably Gemini. But your energy here is meant to fix things. So you might be mending what already works. You might be actually, you know, mending your clothes or fixing appliances or keeping what you have, upcycling, maybe remodeling a footstool or whatever else, okay? In Mercury, really good energy there. In Mercury retrograde, and it might, oh, by the way, in Saturn retrograde, it might seem like everyone's against you or whatever, but if you're humble and you keep working forward, progress towards your own gifts, then you won't notice. Okay, then it won't bother you. Mercury retrograde here is 5 of Cups, future facing. Yeah, there might be some losses of friends, of family. You might be losing some dignity. You might be seeing somebody that is in a position of vulnerability. And you might be like, well, come on. This might be you helping people with less. Can't save the ones who are already rotted. So you're going to help the ones who have hope. Your job might involve some spilled milk, or, you know, lives lost even, or energy that you can't get back. But you're trying to keep it where you can save what you can save. Some of you might be, like, let's say if you work for a grocery store or a restaurant, you might be trying to get a program out there that feeds people with the leftovers or with, you know, perfectly good food that's not spoiled, to be able to repurpose it. In Neptune retrograde, we have the sun reversed. So this is like a feeling of powerlessness. Like you don't even know what you're capable of. You don't even know, Cancer, what your dreams are. You think that you've achieved them, that everything's all good, that this is the way you wanted it. But there's so much more for you. And Neptune retrograde is going to kind of illuminate after the fact that you were meant for more. You can have it all and then some. Not opposed to this. Get it, you know? Uranus retrograde is showing you that you shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have slept with that person. Shouldn't have done, you know. Uranus retrograde is showing you a big why. Okay? So you're going to be in that energy until February 4th. So just be aware. And this is probably already something you already did. You can't undo it. But if, you know, just watch your energy on what you go gung-ho on or what you go into too fast. Okay? This is energy to slow down. And Uranus is going to show you kind of like why. why you go slow, why you take it one step at a time. Okay. Then there's Jupiter, the Two of Swords. Okay. Jupiter is showing you, Cancer, that you might be wishing, you may be making manifestations, but you're not timing them correctly. And if you time it on a certain part of the moon phases, where it's beneficial to what you're doing, look into moon magic and manifest from there. Okay? The moon is your planet. It's your baby, right? And Jupiter is like halting your progress, because this is why. It's because they're trying to teach you better timing, better days. Okay? Maybe manifesting from a place of already good is better for you. Manifesting, it doesn't have to be on the new moon. It can be on the quarter moon or the half moon or the waning moon or whenever. Okay? Manifesting certain things call for certain moon energy, and that is your planet. So Jupiter is encouraging you to get to know that about yourself. Cool. That was a good reading. Loved it, Cancer. All right, Leo, this is for you, 10129. Great. Leo. Leo. These are the retrograde energies for the sign of Leo. I'm going to ask for a very contrite heart reading these. This is for the sign of Leo. Retrograde energies for the sign of Leo. Saint Michael, please protect Leo. Virgin Mother, please intercede on Leo's behalf. Love, blessing, and abundance abounds. Hey, if you'd like a private reading with me, I'm at tarotdamour.com. TAROTDAN like Mary, ORE.com. And if you would like to tip me for these beautiful energies that I'm trying to help you move through, that is Creativo d'Amour at Venmo. And those are all listed in my description box, along with a cool description of the retrograde energies. Hope you're well. Thanks. All right, Leo, this is your Saturn retrograde. This is your Mercury retrograde. This is your Neptune retrograde. This is your Uranus retrograde. This is your Jupiter retrograde. Wow. Leo. Did not expect that. In Saturn retrograde energy, they're calling you back to when you started. They're calling you back to before you were a bigwig, before you were the pro, before you were the best in the business, before you were, when you were a kid and you played sports or you played for fun. They're calling you back when you really had very little skin in the game. They're calling you back to that energy. Your work has an innocence about it that makes you happy. And that happiness, the innocence that we feel, that's what happiness is. That's why it's so fleeting. So that innocence of what you were doing in the first place is what Saturn retrograde is bringing you back into. Okay? So this time, though, I think that you have the chance to mature, prosper, and move along in that energy. In Mercury retrograde energy, what I show is a redefining of immaturity for you. Looking back in your mindset of times when you acted like a Leo, immature, when you acted dramatic or poor me. Even though you didn't know that you were doing that at the time, I think you know better now. And this energy of reactivity, it's almost gone. And this Mercury retrograde is here to wipe that clean and to stop it. This hasty reactivity, name calling, responding immaturely, that's what you're being moved away from. For Neptune retrograde, I show the Hierophant. The delusion is that you, Leo, or anyone knows what the fuck they're doing. Your delusion is in dogma. Your delusion is in that you feel you know best. Your delusion is that you think that you're specially gifted by spirit, that you have extra love from spirit, that you're indeed the way that needs to do this, that needs to be the way you say. That's what Neptune retrograde is teaching you, that if you become dogmatic, if you become immature, name calling, it will be revealed. I heard there's Shakespeare in Love, and the Queen Elizabeth says, I think that's Queen Elizabeth in that movie. She says, have a care with my name, you'll wear it out. So like you might be doing things in the name of a company or in the name of something higher than a big power or government. You might be doing things in the name of that it's going to get called out. Some of you think that anyone playing God, like the government, some of you think that anyone playing God I don't know how that works. Oh, okay. Some of you think that you have some authority when it comes to things that are not in your life orbit. Some of you think that you're connected to power or in a position to affect the powers that be. You're not. You're not. You don't affect them. In Uranus retrograde energy, they want you to rediscover that innocence, your war paint, whatever you wear or dress, makeup, hair. They want you to rediscover that as a way of healing. They want you to have a change, a makeover. They want you to track your progress. I just got like a lot of nature come at me at once. That was crazy. Like a little tiny fruit fly and then a bird like flew at me at the same time. Know which one's the different. You know, like if you've got fans, let's say, and they come up to you, know which one to give your time to, you know? Don't pay attention to the people that just take. Know what direction you're going. You know how to balance it out, using your feminine and then the wisdom of your masculine to like drive you forward. And then taking that innocence, that grassroots energy that you're so good at, and moving that towards building the castles in the sky. You're not the end all be all. You're not the one that's in charge. You're the one that is innocent. And your happiness and curiosity will build these villages. Okay? And Uranus is here to show you, continue to have direction, continue to have the foresight, continue to have the energy of presentation, flair, and like a robust kindness, jovial laughter, you know, like those things being the foundations of your success. And then for Jupiter retrograde, they just want you to keep healing that heart of yours and soothing, self-soothing, self-care, baths, salt baths. Make sure maybe you look at your water, maybe in the shower, or, you know, like the quality of your water that you're drinking. They want you to take care of your heart. And some of those scars are permanent. Allow the swords to fall out, and seal over and heal. You know, it doesn't have to be so much breakage. It doesn't have to be so much carnage. Jupiter's here to help you heal your heart. Some of you might have cardiac issues. Some of you might have troubling emotional states. But Jupiter is telling you it's safe to go back and be innocent again. And it's safe to be okay with not having all the answers. It's safe to keep moving in progress and looking good and feeling your best doing it. It's okay. Like Jupiter is trying to get you to tell yourself it's okay. You're okay. Healing up. Okay? No more tears. They don't want you to cry anymore. Keep moving forward. Okay. Ooh, that Neptune. They really get you, don't they? That Neptune, huh? Glad that I don't have a lot of Neptune energy in my chart. I got a part of fortune in Neptune. So, interesting. All right. Let's do Virgo at 113.13. And twisting. Virgo. I hope you are well. You can see more information about the retrogrades up in my description box. You can book a reading with me at tarotamore.com, and you are able to tip me through Venmo if you like these. I really appreciate that. I don't care if it's $2, you know, like whatever you have. If you want to throw me a couple, 50 cents, I don't care. If everyone who watched me tipped me, I'd be so happy. I'd be so happy. All right, Virgo, this is your retrograde energy until until November 29th. Why did I say July? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with July or next July. That is when the North Nodes change out of your sign. So there you go. I'm gonna fight this. Go in there. Look at how hard I'm fighting this. Virgo, what are you fighting? Saint Michael, please protect Virgo, Virgin Mother. Please intercede on Virgo's behalf. Love, blessing, and abundance abounds. Here we go, Virgo. Seven of Swords in your Saturn retrograde energy. Queen of Cups reversed in your Mercury retrograde energy. Knight of Swords in your Neptune and retrograde energy. Three of Wands in your Uranus retrograde energy. And Nine of Cups in your Jupiter retrograde energy. Okay. So, Saturn retrograde is Seven of Swords, future facing. Future leaning. Okay. I feel like there's this strange character in your life, be it past, because retrograde energy is usually bringing up the past. Somebody who had like extremely curly hair, not necessarily a black person, but somebody who had like a perm and they just had like a circular haircut. I feel like they lied to you or they scared the bejesus out of you. This could have been a teacher or a boss when you were first getting a job, or someone that you babysat for, or just somebody who really creeped you out. I show that maybe they were very like mommy dearest, or very like angry. And I show that this is the energy that Saturn retrograde is having you revisit. You didn't learn this yourself. You learned it because it was how you were treated. So not excusing any kind of vile, horrific treatment of animals or children, or I'm not excusing that. If that was you, what I am saying is that this Saturn retrograde is to show you the lies, the cover-ups. You might be really paying attention to the Epstein files, or this is to show you the cover-ups. Maybe some Virgos are very necessary in the record keeping or the coming forward or coming out process here. We have Mercury retrograde. There is a sense of sadness here. There's a sense of despair. Maybe you have a mother like this, or maybe you're estranged from your mother. Maybe you need to go to therapy. There is a sense of loss here that you're being revisited by. Maybe your mom is sick, or somebody has a mental illness around you that they come back into your world. But I think that this is about staying strong and having space for either our own mental illness or for others. There's an innocence lost here. It was when you were little, when you were a babe. There's something about innocence in this. I also show then for Neptune retrograde, the Knight of Swords. This is like all talk and no substance, no proof, these are people that fight. This is talk radio. These are people who banter. This is people who have mad jokes, but then they don't mean anything. And then they say, oh, I didn't mean to hurt you, but then their words are fucking harmful. Or this is you participating in that. That you're like, I didn't do anything. I didn't hurt these people. No, you said that though. You spoke too soon, and that is okay to admit that you are not okay to do that. That you don't have clearance to say such negative, nasty, awful things about someone else, or using gossip to achieve your dreams, using, like talking shit about your competitors. You don't get to do that. That's what Neptune is trying to say. Like, this is the pursuit of happiness at all costs, and not all costs, but the talking shit costs. As though that didn't have anything to do with your success. I don't know who this is for. I'm going to keep moving. Uranus reversed is telling us that try to keep your crown adjusted, and you are waiting for something that is coming. Uranus might just deliver that, but in an unexpected way, of course, because the finish line is here, the checkered flag is here. It's something that will be a masculine energy, and your feminine is still kind of unsatiated or unsatisfied. And I think that Uranus is showing you like there's more. You have 2 on the right and 1 on the left. So to get that 4 of Wands, you want another one on the left. You need more feminine energy. Or if you're trying to have an equal workplace, that you want, men and women to be equal or equity, then this is a favoring only because you're a dude, or this is a favoring only because they're a guy. I don't know. This is like Uranus giving you a dose of something to change your mind in a different direction, but you got to take the shadow energy and fill it in. So like, let's say you're a guy and you're given a promotion, and it's only because you're a guy, and it, but they don't say that. It's not to say to give the promotion away. It's to work tirelessly towards balancing it out so that the next person that gets a promotion is a girl or a feminine. This could have to do with transitioning. It could have to do with somebody who wants to be a masculine, or somebody who's non-binary and leans masculine. Okay. I show for Jupiter retrograde, you might be very self-satisfying to a point of smugness. Could be overdoing it here. Virgo, setting yourself up for a fall here. Be careful. Jupiter's like, yeah, continue to expand and grow. Do what you want. If you are doing what you want and what you desire and you're happy, it is short term. It is short lived, because there's some messy things here about how you got there. Saturn is in disagreement with Jupiter, and Neptune kind of is saying, yeah, Saturn's right. And Mercury is the part that we don't share. So, where is your success coming from? Is it from smugness, self-satisfaction, selfishness? Or is it from helping others and being of service and, wiser actions here? I don't get a great sense from this, but Jupiter might be expanding your belly here to show you that you'll get sick of yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you'll get sick of this energy. it can't, nothing this good lasts forever. This might be overindulgence, over drinking, overeating, drug use. Jupiter's kind of like being like, here's more. It's interesting. They're kind of overfeeding you. It's to test you and to test how you handle it. I don't think you can go back far enough to solve this issue. I think you're kind of like, I've come too far. They're putting you on a little hook here, but you gotta keep going, Virgo. I don't know what that's about here, but that's interesting. I don't know what I was reading there. Hopefully it reaches somebody in a positive way. Didn't feel super positive, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully that works out. Libra, 12547. I have a feeling that like you'd want to watch that after November 29th, you know, when it's still kind of like relevant in the fact that there's still 3 planets retrograde, but kind of knowing more towards the end of this month. Okay, so this is the last sign for Libra. Hi, Libra. This is your 5 planets retrograde energy for the sign of Libra. These are the messages for the sign of Libra, what the retrogrades are trying to share with you. Libra. Okay. Libra energies. Say, Michael, please protect Libra, Virgin Mother. Please intercede on Libra's behalf. Love, blessing, and abundance abounds. Okay, we have Saturn retrograde. We have Mercury retrograde. We have Neptune retrograde, Uranus retrograde, and Jupiter retrograde. Okay. For Saturn retrograde, you have 10 of Cups reversed. And what I'm seeing for that is that in this energy of leaving your own happiness, like sacrificing your own happiness for the happiness of others, no one's happy. Let me repeat that. Sacrificing your own happiness for the happiness of others, no one's happy. Now, what you're really being guided to do, Libra, is to do an inner search for what actually makes you feel community, sharing, love, that we energy that you see, speak, you think, your ideas, think of, you speak it, and then it's real. There is definitely a feeling of, it's like working for a company you'd hate. It's like, I just don't want to work here anymore. I don't get along with these people. We don't see eye to eye. I'm always fighting something, sacrificing myself to make everyone else happy, and I'm not happy. None of you are hearing me right now. Like, I know this is not being received, but maybe come back and try again at the end of this, like, period. And don't forget, I'm a Libra stellium, so this is on me too. All right. In the Mercury retrograde energy, I show the Emperor is upright, and he's got that citrus fruit in his hand. And citrus fruits are exotic. So in the way of the world, you hold something that is very, very, very unique, different, special. You have access to the fruit of some very serious labor. It might not all be like colored in properly. Like maybe some people didn't color in the lines, and that you're showing a little bit of flaw. Or maybe like you'll go, even like as simple as going to the grocery store and the thing that you bought has flaws in it. But honestly, that's the most nutrient dense fruit, is the bruised fruit. So you have like eagle eyes on something here in Mercury retrograde. They might be overburdening you with boss energy, like giving you all this work to do and making sure that Libra's on it because you're like, you can do it. So they're like, well, let's give Libra all this responsibility. Can Libra do it? This definitely feels like you're the driving force behind a lot of things, and they're putting you in charge, yes, but it's at an exhausting, like asking for no help type of pace. They're not giving you an assistant. They're not giving you an income, like extra income for it. They're not it's like this throne I'm looking at is cement, it's not very comfortable. So the Emperor has a rule over all four kings, yes. Like, so you have your emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual house in order, but you're uncomfortable. And you might be okay with being uncomfortable. Neptune is telling you, much like Virgo, Neptune is telling you that over communication, being like almost too clear, or talking ad nauseum, or repeating yourself, or how do I say it? Like sharing too much information, clutter, or I don't know if this is like wild laughter, banter. There's a lot of rush and talk. And you think that's what the delusion is. You think that talk is reality. And talk is cheap. That's what Neptune retrograde is going to show you. Talk is cheap. Okay, we'll leave it there. Uranus retrograde is showing you that there's a bunch of karmic stuff coming back here until February 4th. There's going to be a lot. It's not going to just be Mercury retrograde bringing back past lovers or whatever the fuck people say. No, Uranus retrograde for you, Libra, is doing that. They are showing you, like, this is your life. Here are the people that are karmic in your life, and they're going to keep bringing them back into your life over and over in the same cycle until you get it that you are in a karmic pattern and that you need to break free of the karmic pattern and leave. But they're going to keep sharing that with you until you decide to stop it. And Jupiter is saying in retrograde motion, hey, stop listening to what others say you should be doing and start feeling out what you think you should be doing. So this is all about, like, within your energy, yes, you're taking on a lot of responsibility. Yes, you're taking on a lot of but you're miserable and you don't want to be there anymore. And you're like, what about you in any of it? Like, all of the planets are like, what about you, Libra? Retrograde energy must be really hard for you, Libra, because declaring your independence or declaring your individuality is very difficult for Libra. And a lot of it seems like all fluff talk, But I show that you are going to be learning some of this through these retrogrades. It's not that long. So these are the messages that they want you to know. They're not super easy, but they are a review or like something to look at that Spirit gives you another chance, Spirit gives you time after time after time to get it right, to iron out the energy. We repeat cycles until they're done. So you're just going to be given the same thing over and over until you see it for yourself. You are holding it together all by yourself right now. And I think that Spirit's kind of showing you like, hey, it doesn't have to be like this. Okay? All right. Oh, wow. That was fun. Oh. Woo. Let's do a cleanser. Let's do a little cleanser. Get out some of the hard energies here. I mean, listen, if you listen to these energies, they're all helping you review your life and review your soul and your mind and your body and your emotions. It's all going to be okay. A little bit of cedar. You must have been real clean today. There we go. A little bit of cedar for us. Okay. Love, love, love. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you all. tarotdamore.com, book a private reading with me. It'll change your life. Also, you can donate to Creativo D'Amore on Venmo for this time, 12 to 15 minute readings for each sign is a lot of my time. I really appreciate if you throw me a couple bucks, it doesn't have to be crazy. But yeah, power in numbers, right? I hope that you are well. I hope that you are feeling healthy, secure. I'm just looking at what kind of bird. Robins. We're getting robins today. Secure, healthy, stable, charmed, practical, humble, authentic, loving. Yes, all the things. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your retrograde season here. Okay? Take care of yourselves.